Greetings, fellow YouTubers. This is Hunt on X, and today we're doing a video review on the Transformers Yolopark Rise of the Beast Scourge. Taking a look at Scourge's detail first, he is loaded in mechanical detail. Tons of sharp edges and lines all the way throughout the body, with some tire details here and there hidden throughout the body, as well as him being absolutely covered in all of the insignias as seen in the film, with some little red detailings right there on his chest, as well as some silver, of course, to highlight other certain mechanical parts of his body. The biggest piece of detail I want to actually go over and look at primarily is his mask, because it is wicked looking, full of really nice detail. It's very sharp as well. It's very cool looking, and you can see his eyes through there. It's really hard to do it on my camera, but you can tell his eyes are in there. It's really cool. Now, the big thing with Yolopark is that they are technically model kit action figure hybrids. Like, they are, you assemble them like a model kit, not like these guys where they're like snap built. They're more like you just kind of plug the limbs and body parts and stuff onto them. So it's an assembly action figure model kit thing. It's kind of hard to describe, but it's if you've built one, you get it. Or if you've seen other videos, you get it, you know? So because of that, the plastic has a really nice like feel to it, right? And so his articulation tends to have some really cool little bits and bobs to it, due to just kind of the way these are designed, because obviously being action figures, they don't transform. I know, a heresy, I'm a heretic. I bought a Transformer that do not transform, but like Scourge turned into a truck once in the movie. I don't need the Studio Series figure, so I'm perfectly fine with this. So let's get over his articulation and kind of see what exactly we will be working with. So at his head, you have a ball joint up in there. Right there, you can rock it side to side. There is, of course, a ball joint at the bottom of the neck, so you get even more range. The biggest piece of articulation is this. You can articulate his jaw. You can have him open his mouth and speak to things, which is kind of cool and also a little freaky looking. So now at his shoulders, you've got a ball joint inside there. This does get out of the way to accommodate that, so you get a lot of really good range up, down, in, and out just on that ball joint. And then, of course, the shoulder pad's also on a ball joint, and then there is a hinge inside the actual arm, so it goes out pretty far. Bicep swivel down here. It is pretty tight though. Double jointed knee, not knee, this is the elbow. Double jointed elbow. And now this is where it gets a little different. But now coming to his other hand, this is where things get pretty different. So the hand itself is on a ball joint, swivels around, you can kind of move it around. And then you have each individual finger moves. So all three of these fingers hinge out like that, with this thumb hinging about that far. Then this bends, and then these all bend. So you've got the lower finger, then the knuckle, and then the tip of the finger. So he can make a full fist, as you saw in the opening, or you can have him point at people, you know, or do the haha funny bird thing. So yeah, he's got a lot of really good articulation just in the hands. These fingers are very sharp though, so be very careful not to hurt yourself on those, because they are real sharp and they do hurt when they catch your skin, so be very careful. Moving on down, I gotta reach my arm on the other side so I can get a good grip on him. So he's got a hinge in the middle of his torso right there. Can go back about there, and then you can kind of hinge it back and forth. It does expose the inside of his body quite a bit, so that's something to be mindful of. And then at the bottom of his torso, you just have a waist swivel, nothing else. Just spins around. At the legs, he's got a hinge joint, so the leg can go out about that far. And then he's got a drop down, so you can get his leg up even higher. That is insane amount of articulation. His legs can go out. If you use the drop down, you can get his leg out to a little bit farther, but without it, it just goes about there. Swivel up in there as well, right behind that tire here. He does have a double jointed knee bend, but there's this panel right here that you have to move out of the way to actually accommodate it, and as such it doesn't get a whole lot of range, so not the greatest there. But then you get down to the ankles, goes up and down, and then there is a hinge there, so you get that, and then of course a toe bend. So a lot of really good articulation on this figure, a very nice amount. You can get all the poses you would want to get out of it and more. It is crazy level of articulation. Now when it comes to Scourge's accessories, you get his arm blade. There's a little tab right there. You just turn it around to his arm and you're able to slot it in like so. And you can get all the poses you would want to get out of him from the movie with that in there. You can, if you want to actually have him hold it, you just kind of put in the hand and then wrap the fingers around it, you know. So there's no way to actually like tab it in or whatever. You just kind of have to put the fingers in there. I'm doing a very bad job at it right now, but you'll see a better one in the little intermission cuts that I have throughout the review. So you'll see that better in those. And then of course you also get, if I can keep him standing up and not fall over. I dropped a thingy, I don't know what that was. You do also, of course, get his arm cannon, and that just pops off the claw. If I can get it, I'm gonna have to pop it out off camera. But yeah, you just pop it out, and then you bring the claw gun in, stick it in, and adjust it. You want to adjust it in the right way to where you can still access the elbow joint, because without it you will kind of end up not being able to get as much range at the elbow as you would want. So once you have it in there, looks pretty good, just like that. Really nice design, bunch of cool detail and stuff like that. So, and then of course the final little accessory, you get an alternate faceplate, so that way you can actually have him with the unmasked face. It is pretty easy to do. You just kind of take it off. Just take it off his face. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it off, but you'll see in like the pictures and stuff and like the little video segments that I'm probably showing right now what it looks like. So it's nice to have it. Most of us, I imagine, will probably keep them with the battle mask, but you know, you do've got the option. So yeah, so now that we've gone over his articulation, his detail, and his accessories, it's now time for the size comparisons. For size comparison, here he is next to Yolopark Optimus Prime, who I actually bought way before I got Scourge. Never did a video on it. Should probably fix that. And here he is next to Rise of the Beast Studio Series Optimus Primal. For another set of size comparisons, here he is next to a custom master grade of mine, as well as a Megatron from Studio Series. So, there you guys have it. That was my video review on the Transformers Rise of the Beast Yolopark Scourge. Fantastic figure. Great level of articulation. Awesome detail. Fully painted. This is a really, really solid model kit figure thing. Like I said, it's real confusing to explain, but it is so damn cool. It's just a really, really cool figure. Highly, highly recommend it. Cannot go wrong with this. Or Optimus if you want to get him. I'll probably do that as a separate review. But for now, there you guys have it. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe, comment down below, as well as check out my social medias in the description down below. And until next time, you guys, peace.